and welcome to South Asia Today, a show that provides you the glimpses of South Asia. I'm your host, Shivangi Mishra. Let's begin with the headlines first. Government support empowers small farmers, boosts India's agricultural sector. Protesters at UN demand action for missing Hindu girl in Pakistan. And Shimizu Corporation helps rebuild Shuri Castle to strengthen Okinawa's cultural spirit. Let's begin the show. India is predominantly an agrarian economy, with agriculture employing a significant portion of the population. The agricultural industry contributes around 17 to 18% to the nation's GDP and is vital for rural livelihoods. The Government of India supports the farming community, especially small and marginal farmers, through various initiatives such as subsidies on fertilizers, seeds and irrigation. Many programs help provide direct financial aid to farmers. We have this report.
Meet Rajpal Singh, a dedicated small farmer from Nandi Firozpur village in the Saharanpur district of the northern state of Uttar Pradesh. Rajpal cultivates a variety of vegetables and staple crops like sugarcane to sustain his livelihood. However, the escalating cost of seeds, equipment, fertilizers and pesticides pose a significant burden for small farmers like him, severely impacting their net earnings. Amidst these challenges, the government has stepped in to provide crucial support, offering financial assistance of approximately $75 annually. This vital aid enables Rajpal to purchase essential supplies for his farm, helping to secure his livelihood and sustain agricultural productivity in his community.
बस इससे हमें बहुत फ़ायदा है। 4 महीने में एक बार ऐसा हो जाए कि खाद बीज में फ़ायदा हो जाए। अगर कहीं से नहीं भी पैसा मिलता तो ये तो आ ही जाता है। वैसे कोई परेशानी है नहीं, खेती कर रहे और बढ़िया है, फसल में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। थोड़ा पैसे से इसका थोड़ा लग जाए भाई हाँ अच्छा काम चल रहा है।
The Indian government's Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, known as the Prime Minister's Farmers Honor Fund, stands as one of the world's largest direct benefit transfer initiatives. This landmark scheme disburses $75 annually to eligible farmer families across the nation, credited in 3 equal installments every 4 months via direct benefit transfer. Most recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ceremoniously released the 17th installment of the scheme in Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. This event marked the direct transfer of $2.44 billion to the bank accounts of 92.6 million farmers. To date, this initiative has successfully disbursed approximately $39.63 billion to over 110 million farmers, underscoring its stature as one of the world's largest and most impactful direct benefit transfer programs.
पीएम किसान सम्मान निधि आज दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट ट्रांसफर स्कीम बन चुका है। अभी तक देश के करोड़ों किसान परिवारों के बैंक खाते में 3.25 लाख करोड़ रुपए जमा हो चुके हैं। यहां वाराणसी जिले के किसानों के खाते में भी 700 करोड़ रुपए जमा हुए हैं। मुझे खुशी है कि पीएम किसान सम्मान निधि में सही लाभार्थी तक लाभ पहुंचाने के लिए टेक्नोलॉजी का बेहतर इस्तेमाल हुआ है।
Agriculture forms the backbone of India's economy, employing a significant portion of the population, contributing substantially to GDP, ensuring food security and supporting rural development. It plays a pivotal role in industrial raw materials and environmental sustainability, making it essential for economic stability and national growth. The schemes introduced by the Government of India are meticulously crafted to cater to diverse needs of farmers and promote sustainable agricultural practices. These initiatives collectively seek to enhance the livelihoods of farmers, improve agricultural productivity, and promote environmental sustainability across the country.
The recent flash floods in various parts of Nepal have wreaked havoc in the country. As many as 62 people have been killed and 90 others are injured after heavy monsoon rains in Nepal triggered flash floods, landslides and lightning strikes. Severe flooding in the capital Kathmandu inundated streets, rendering homes and vehicles underwater, forcing residents to wade through brown floodwater to go about their daily tasks. Reports suggested the floods and landslides have caused damage equivalent to 8,600,000 rupees so far. Residents say they are forced to leave their homes and their children are already suffering with chronic illness. We have this report.
A sudden flash flood wreaked havoc in various parts of Nepal, devastating the road infrastructure and causing extensive damage. More than 60 people were killed after heavy monsoon rains in Nepal triggered flash floods, landslides, and lightning strikes. Severe flooding in capital Kathmandu inundated streets, rendering homes and vehicles underwater, forcing residents to wade through brown flood water to go about their daily tasks.
हिजोदेखि पानी परेर अस्तिदेखि पानी परे तर आजको गम्भीर समस्या छ तपाईको बालबच्चादेखि लिएर तपाईको चाहिँ मुटुका रोगीहरू छन् वर्षौनी बारी डुबानमा पर्छ तर अहिले असारमै परेको हुनाले किन भन्नुहुन्छ भने अहिले तपाईको झन्नै झन्नै घुरा आइसक्यो रातभरि पर्यो भने बस्ती खतराको घन्टीमा छ त्यो भावनाले वर्षौनी बस्दाखेरि पनि
The Kathmandu Valley experienced severe flooding and the government estimates that up to 1.8 million people could be impacted by rain-related incidents this monsoon season. Infrastructure, particularly in remote areas, is often inadequate and poorly equipped to withstand the impact of flash floods. This lack of resilient infrastructure exacerbates the vulnerability of local communities during times of natural calamities. Minister of Labour, Employment and Social Security Dol Prasad Aryal reported the casualties to the National Assembly, highlighting extensive damage, including 46 completely destroyed houses and significant injuries across the affected regions.
हालसम्म 55वटा बाढीको घटनाबाट 4 जनाको मृत्यु, 1 जना बेपत्ता र 2 जना घाइते भएका छन्। पहिरोबाट 24 जनाको मृत्यु र 19 जना घाइते भएका छन्। 77 वटा भारी वर्षाका 77 ठाउँको भारी वर्षाका घटनाबाट 4 जना घाइते भएका छन्। कुल 28 जनाको मृत्यु, 1 जना बेपत्ता र 25 जना घाइते भए।
Landslides and flash floods are common in mostly mountainous Nepal during the monsoon season and kill hundreds of people every year. The annual monsoon rains, which started since mid-June, would normally continue until mid-September. The early onset of heavy rains has worsened conditions for residents, particularly slum dwellers, who are already facing dire circumstances.
Moving on, the minorities in Pakistan are facing persecution as Hindu girls are being forcibly abducted and converted to Islam. Human rights organizations have now taken up the issue and raised their voices at international platforms to protect the remaining minority Hindus as well as Christians and Sikhs. We have this report.
What we want, when we want.
This protest by the Sindhi Foundation at the Broken Chair in front of the United Nations in Geneva highlighted the case of Priya Kumari, a minor Hindu girl who has been missing for the past 3 years from Pakistan's Sindh province. This protest took place alongside the UN Human Rights Council's 56th session. The protesters have called on the international community, especially the United Nations, to conduct an independent investigation regarding the matter.
I came all the way from Washington DC to the Switzerland, especially for Priya Kumari. 3 years ago, she was disappeared. Info disappeared, forcefully disappeared in Sindh province of Pakistan. She was only 7 years old. We don't know where she is, but there are speculation that the Sindhis, feudal lords, Shahs and their supporters, Pakistani military, they disappear her. What is the purpose? Why they disappear her? Why are disappearing our daughters? The reason is the Sindhi Hindus living in the Sindh, but they trying to forcefully to kidnap them, ransom, or they should leave the Sindh.
A Sindhi political activist from Manchester, UK, Maqbool Channa, also joined the protest. The protesters criticized the Pakistani army, asserting that despite branding themselves as the world's most formidable intelligence agency, they have failed to find a missing minor girl.
Army staff, I'm just asking you that why you are weak.
They also alleged that the military was responsible for her disappearance.
The Pakistan army claims that ISI is the world's strong intelligence agency. From 3 years, she's a kidnapped. She's in Sakhar. We know, everybody knows, she's adopted by Shah family. But they don't want to release the agencies, the police, the army, where they are. I'm asking Chief of Army Staff, General Asim Munir, you claim that you are a very most powerful person, and agencies, your agencies like ISI, world's most. So where is the Priya Kumari from 3 years? Why she's a kidnapped? What's the problem to not release? Because she's a Hindu. Because she's from poor family.
Priya Kumari's story is sadly all too common. In Pakistan, there is a rising number of cases where young Hindu girls are kidnapped, coerced into converting, and married off against their wishes. Christians, Hindus, and other religious minorities often face systematic discrimination and violence in Pakistan. They are subjected to social, economic, and political marginalization, which limits their access to education, employment, and legal protection. Incidents of forced conversions, abductions, and blasphemy accusations are not rare, creating a climate of fear and insecurity among these communities.
Now we take a look at some happenings in Asia in a segment called Asia Watch.
Iraq exhibited several ancient artifacts that it said had been returned by the United States and other countries long after they were looted and smuggled out following the 2003 US invasion. Iraqi authorities have been trying to retrieve thousands of archaeological relics missing since the invasion, which was followed by widespread looting in the country that some historians regard as the cradle of civilization. Foreign Minister Fuad Hussain handed the recently recovered relics over to Culture, Tourism and Antiques Minister Ahmad Falak al-Badrani at a ceremony in Baghdad. Most of the artifacts on display at the Foreign Ministry headquarters were returned by the US after a visit by Prime Minister Mohammad Shia al-Sudani to Washington in April. Samsung Electronics workers in South Korea braved the rain to chant slogans and raise their fists in unison as they kicked off a 3-day strike demanding for better pay. The National Samsung Electronics Union, whose roughly 30,000 members make up over about 24% of the firm's South Korean workforce, also wants an extra day of annual leave for unionized workers. The union flagged further action against the country's biggest conglomerate should demands not be met. Analysts say while the union, which did not disclose last month's participation, said 6,540 workers are striking this week, low participation and automated production means the strike is unlikely to have a major impact on the company's output. The union conducted its first industrial action last month, coordinating annual leave to effectively stage a mass walkout. Samsung said the action had no impact on business activity. South Korea's Hyundai Motor Group and LG Energy Solution inaugurated Indonesia's first battery cell production plant for electric vehicles with an annual capacity of 10 gigawatt-hours of battery cells. The plant is part of a commitment by Hyundai Motor and LG ES to invest up to $9.8 billion in Southeast Asia's largest economy to develop an EV supply chain, the Indonesian government said, to benefit from rich resources of nickel and copper. President Joko Widodo said the plant would cement Indonesia's key position in the EV global supply chain as it establishes a domestic processing industry. Indonesia, the world's top producer of nickel, banned exports of raw nickel in 2020 to encourage investment into domestic processing of the metal.
Moving on, Japanese companies are renowned worldwide for their commitment to quality, innovation and efficiency. Recently, at one side, Shimizu Corporation is playing a pivotal role in the reconstruction of Shuri Castle, a cherished symbol of Okinawa's rich cultural heritage. The project aims to restore the castle's historic grandeur while strengthening the cultural spirit of the region. On the other side, the Tokyo Manufacturing Expo recently drew approximately 2,000 companies from Japan and across the globe. This event highlighted the exceptional quality of Japanese products, a reputation built and maintained by countless small businesses and master craftsmen.
Shuri Castle in Okinawa City of Japan serves as a spiritual symbol for all Japanese. Built in the 15th century, it has faced adversity twice, once during the Pacific War when it was burned and destroyed, and again in 2019 due to a fire accident. Despite these challenges, it has been designated a World Heritage Site. In 2022, Shimizu Corporation initiated construction efforts embodying the collective hope to restore Shuri Castle. In May, the castle commemorated the midterm ridgepole raising ceremony following a style inherited from the 8th century. The main event was placing the ridgepole on the roof. Participants pulled red and white ropes to raise the ridgepole, guided by the ceremony leader's instructions. Relatives and designated individuals took part in pulling the ropes in sequence. The ridgepole represents the final component in completing the roof construction. Skilled individuals ascended to the roof's peak and struck wooden hammers to secure the ridgepole in place. This ceremony was conducted to pray for the successful completion of construction and the enduring safety of the castle and its inhabitants.
社寺建築の建物でこれだけ大規模なものというのはなかなかないので、節目のまた一日を刻めたことが非常に嬉しく思っております。出雲大社の60年の一度の建て替えですか。その他大城祭ですとか、全国各地で携わさせていただいておりますんで、そういった意味でいろんなところでやった知識、技術、そうしたものがどんどんと生かされて今に来ているのかなと思います。
Shimizu Corporation is a prominent construction company specializing in both modern buildings and traditional Japanese wooden structures. Through their blend of modern and traditional technologies, they cater to the spiritual and emotional needs of the people, providing both security and cultural continuity. A manufacturing-themed exhibition was held in Tokyo, attracting around 2,000 companies from Japan and around the world. Japanese products are globally renowned for their exceptional quality, a reputation upheld by numerous small businesses and master craftsmen involved in production. The Subame Sanjo region in Niigata Prefecture, often referred to as the factory town, is home to many small factories equipped with advanced technology.
うちはですね、金属を黒くする黒染めというものをやっている会社になります。はい、主に鉄やステンレスですねの商品をやってます。金属の加工が本当に盛んな地域ですので、非常に細かいものであったりとか、逆に大きなものであったりとか、また精度もすごく高い技術を持っています。なので、世界的にもですね、非常にそういったものに使われているものがたくさんあります。はい、そういった意味では非常にクオリティの高い技術の街だと思ってます。
Companies from across the globe are also participating to create business opportunities in Japan.
今ベトナムの機械加工の技術、品質発展してるから、それにより自信持ってこの展示会を促進して、ぜひ日本のお客さんつながることができればと思います。
An optical equipment manufacturer is leveraging its expertise to offer AI-equipped imaging solutions that can accurately identify damaged areas.
我々は一次産業の分野においてもAI を活用したいろいろなソリューションを提供していますので、これからは AI が本当に普通の一般的なこういう産業や検査の中に組み込まれていくと思います。まずはもう基本的に目視ですとか目視検査をしたりとか、そういうのに比べると精度が格段に上がります。それと人手不足に対応したり、作業工程の改善という意味では効率的な作業ができるようになります。
Japan's manufacturing technology has been developed over a long period, involving not only large companies but also local small businesses. These entities are continually improving their advanced skills, including the latest technologies to drive industry progress.
Now it's time for me to wrap up today's episode. We'll be back next week at the same time. This is Shivangi Mishra signing off on behalf of the entire production team of South Asia Today. Goodbye and take care.